Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday, or whatever day of the week you're watching this. For most of you, it'll be Thursday, March 26th, 2020. Uh, all right, so we spoke about drawing arcs yesterday, and at the end of yesterday's lessons, I gave you guys a challenge. Lesson. I gave you guys a challenge. All right, and that challenge was with all of this stuff that we have here, I challenged you to draw a smiley face on the yellow circle that you should have been able to draw. All right, today we're going to just expound upon this, actually draw that smiley face. If you already have yours, great. That means you have less work to do today. Um, and yeah, and then we'll just mess around with it. Why not? All right, before we get into it, I'm going to do my normal start of the video thing. Guys, girls, men, women, children, please make sure that you, every single school day, Monday through Friday, you're doing this attendance form for Google. It, I have to send in the statistics every day. I have to send it by 3, so try to do it by 3. Even if you haven't done the assignment fully yet, try to do that attendance. And that'll just make everything so much easier for me. So please do that. Thank you. Also, if you are one of the like 30 students that haven't joined the Discord yet, do it. Just join. All right. I'm gonna start straying away from Zoom because I found that Discord is way more effective in reaching you guys. Uh, I don't want to make it mandatory that you join the thing. I'm not gonna like penalize you, but if we ever get back to school, I, I'm gonna give you a talking to. So just join the Discord, guys. You don't even have to be active in it. I want to know that you have the ability to see whatever I'm posting to you guys on the server. All right, that like 2 minute spiel over. Let's actually get going with this. All right, so we want to draw eyes and a mouth on this yellow circle to make it into a smiley face. Now, so far what we've done is we've gotten the canvas element from our HTML. We got the context for our canvas. This is how we can draw things on it. The context is your drawing tool. We've set the fill style to yellow. That's the hex code for the color yellow. And the stroke style to black, even though that's what it is by default. All right. And here, all we did was draw our circle. We drew it at 100, 100. That's the center point of our circle. We set that the radius was 50, so that's why we have a circle of this particular size. We started our drawing our arc at 0, and we said to stop at 2 times math dot pi, 2 pi, which is also 360. So it goes all the way around and back and finishes. We closed our path, we stroked, which draws that black line there, and then we filled it in, which makes it yellow. Without these, we won't actually see anything because your paths that you draw are translucent until you actually use your stroke or fill functions. All right, so now we want to draw eyes and a mouth. Pretty easy. We're going to just do the same process we did here. All right, so first I'm going to say ctx.begin, nope, not being, begin path. I don't know why I'm putting things in the middle of it. Then I'll say ctx.arc. All right, now we know that the center of this circle is 100, 100. I'm going to want to draw the left eye up here and the right eye over there. And the way I can do that is sort of through a guess and check. Now, I obviously already have these units in mind, but if I'm looking at this, I'm saying, okay, look, if I'm at 100, 100 here, and I want to go up and to the left some, well, I know as I go down, my x increases. So, sorry, my y increases, and as I go to the right, my x increases. So if I want to go to the left, my x has to decrease, and if I want to go up, my y needs to decrease. So here's what we're doing. I'm going to try to just go, left and up 20 units a pop. All right, because that should probably keep me within my radius. So it says 100, 100. I'm just going to take 20 off of each of those. So I'll make that 80, 80. This whole circle is going to be a radius of 50 pixels, and I want these eyes to be a lot smaller than that, so that they fit within the face. So I'm gonna just guess, and you can always modify these numbers later. I'm gonna guess that I want a radius of about 10 pixels. All right, and then I'm gonna just make my eyes circles like my face. So again, that will go from 0 to 2 times math dot pi. But feel free to adventure. Make your eyes look different. Maybe you want to have like those eyes that it's curves on the top and flat on the bottom, where they're semicircles. That's the geometry word. Because you see that in your emojis. Whatever. This is what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm gonna say ctx dot close path, and then I'm just gonna want to say ctx dot fill to fill these in. Now, if I ran like this, you won't actually see any significant change in my image. Reason being is our fill style is still yellow. We filled in this face as yellow, and now if we're putting in an eye at the same color, you're not going to see them. So what you need to do is you just need to change your fill style. So right above this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say ctx dot fill style and set that equal to a different color. I'm just going to make it black. When I was looking at it, a lot of you guys put green or red or blue, white, what have you. I'm just going to put it black. And if I run this, you'll see I've got a black circle there, which could be that left eye. All right. So far, so good. Let's get the right eye in place. Now, typically, and maybe it's not the case for someone that you know, someone that you care about, but typically people have reasonably symmetrical faces. All right. And typically it's a line of symmetry that goes up and down like this. And that line of symmetry is a vertical line. Now, if you want to reflect something across a vertical line of symmetry, hopefully you know this from your geometry class, you just need to modify the x-coordinate. I gave you guys a little bit of a lag there so you can guess or shout it out like we're watching Dora. So yeah, we want to just modify the x-coordinate. And well, first we need to do is find out what is that line of symmetry. And that line of symmetry is actually x is equal to 100, all right? That line right through the center of our circle. Well, we know that this circle right here is 20, the center of it is 20 units away from that line of symmetry, because the center is at x equals 80, and the line of symmetry is at x equals 100. So if I wanted to, reflect this so that it's symmetrical, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy from the begin path to the fill. I'll paste that down there. We don't need to set the fill style to black again. It's already black. All right, and then since I went, to get from 80 to 100 is 20 units, I'm then going to continue from 100 up 20 more units to find my new x value. So this should be at 120. If that doesn't make sense, throw a comment down in the Discord and I'll be happy to talk to you guys about geometry at length. All right, and nothing crazy. I'm not gonna like make you hate yourselves for asking a question. I'll make sure it's informative, short, and to the point. All right, so now if I run this, boom, we got two eyes. Hey, all right, looks good so far. Now all we need to do is draw the mouth. So again, I'm just going to copy and paste this because it's going to be the same process. Why reinvent the wheel every single time? All right, and we'll just modify these values. Now I want the smile, I want it to go from here to here, cheek to cheek. I don't want it to be an open mouth face, which you could. You could make a whole line of emojis if you want, and that'll actually be a project. Ooh, don't tell anyone I said that to you. Uh, we'll have a project where we do a bunch of silly images. All right, so let's just do a quick modification. Now, the mouth is typically like on the center or lower center of the face. Now, since our arc is going to be going around the center point that we give it, it'll actually end up being lower than that, whatever point we choose. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, for now, set the center point of our smile at 100, 100. All right, just put it right there in the middle. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to want to make this a little bit larger in radius, so I'll say 30 units. And just in case any of you guys are wondering, because I know there's a bunch of things that say the same stuff, I'm actually going to pause here for a second and just go up and label this. All right, you see a bunch of the CTX begin path here. This one was for the head or face, whatever you want to call it. This one was for left eye. This one was for right eye. Just labeling it now. And then, so what we're doing right here, this will be for the smile, or you could put mouth, whatever you want to put. I don't know. All right, back to what we were doing. Sorry for that brief aside. So we have it centered at 100, 100. We have the radius as 30, because, obviously the radius of this is 50, so 30 will be within the range of that. And since we want to go from here to here, well, this, if you remember in our unit circle, and if you don't, I'm about to pull it back up. All right, so when we were talking last time, we had this circle that, the unit circle that hopefully you've seen in your geometry classrooms. It's not going to be perfect. That's fine. All right, and how in Canvas, this is 0. It goes clockwise, to 180. This is 90. This is 270, etc. That doesn't look like a 2 because I drew it on the thing. There you go. Close enough. I said 270, so you know that that is not just arcane writing. I'm going to fix it because it just doesn't look like it. 2. God, I'm so bad at drawing with a mouse. 270. All right. So if we want it to go from here to there to make it look like a smile, we just have to make it go from 0 to 180. Now again, we've been doing this sort of without talking about it, but Canvas uses radians, right? So really, we're going from 0 to pi, or as we say in JavaScript, math.pi. So I'm just going to take that 2 right out of there. And up, that gives us a horrifying looking black smile. And reason being is, well, firstly, we're using fill. So I don't want to fill this in. I just want to do the outline. So I'm going to use stroke instead, which will give us a nice big smiley face, which if you like that, go for it. And if you want, you can fill it in. If you want to make it look like teeth, you can change your fill style to white. 6 Fs if you forgot. I hope you didn't. And that was 6, not, I hold up 5 pants, whatever. But yeah, stroke. And if you don't want it to complete that smile like that, you can just get rid of that closed path and it'll be a nice smile looking like that. Now, this particular smiley face to me looks a little bit too happy, like almost creepy, like insane. And maybe it doesn't to you, but to me that's how it feels. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change these angles a bit. Now we went from 0 to 180 over here, but now let's try, I'm going to see if I can go from like about 20 degrees to 160. All right, lighten up that smile a bit, make him look a little bit more casual. All right, make him seem like he's not trying too hard. All right, and to do this, we need to, again, understand how to convert from degrees into radians. All right, now we said several times today and yesterday that 180 is equal to pi. 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. All right, and the easiest way to do the conversion is just understand that you can now put this as as 1 by just saying, all right, we'll just take pi radians and divide it by 180 degrees. This is 1, right? Because if they're equal, a value over its equivalent value is 1. All right, that's just division. And so if we multiply this by any angle measure, we should get, that's in degrees, we should get it in radians instead. So if I wanted to find what 20 degrees was in radians, all I have to do is multiply that by pi radians over 180 degrees. All right, if you do that, you'll get 20 pi over 180 rads, or radians. Now, that that fraction, you don't have to simplify it, but as a math teacher at heart, I am going to simplify it. And you could see, like, very easily, you can take a factor of 10 out of the numerator and denominator here, or just slice off one of those zeros. So if I wanted 20 degrees, that's the same as saying 2 pi divided by 18 radians. All right, so geometry and arithmetic, let's do it. All right, so instead of this 0 degrees, which, if you divide 0 by 180 and multiply it by pi, you still get 0. That's why you can just write it like that. But everything else is in terms of pi. So I'm going to put in that 20 degrees, which again, we're saying is 2 times pi divided by 18. All right, and similarly, if I wanted to get 160 degrees, I'll spare you writing the math. That'll end up being 160 times pi over 180. Take out that factor of 10. This becomes 16 times math.pi divided by 18. If we run that, you'll see that this smile is a lot more slight. He looks a little less creepy and a little more friendly. All right. So that, wow, we really went pretty long here already. So let's call it there. I was gonna add like a hat and do other things, and you know what? That'll be a challenge. Put a hat on your guy. Make it a top hat. Make him look like Honest Abe, if you want. But otherwise, we can stop here. Um, but yeah, all I want from you guys to, before you submit, make sure you have a smile on your yellow circle, and make sure in any of the many arcs that you use, have a start angle or an end angle or both that isn't 0 math.pi or 2 times math.pi. Use an angle measure that's not 0, 180, or 360 degrees. All right, guys, that'll be it for today. Please, again, join the Discord if you haven't, and make sure you do the attendance form. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.